Well, welcome back. Again, my name is Joel. I am a guest ranch strategist. I have a very rare set of skills, and I hope that you can benefit from them. This video is about that. Our first video was about the assessment. Really, in the assessment, we were laying out the canvas. And now, as we go into the strategy, this is where you create your masterpiece. This is you on paper. This is you making your guest experience everything that you want it to be, and the reason you got into the ranching, guest ranch, and family farm situation in the first place. So let's begin. So in step one, we're going to talk about the why. Why are you doing this? What is your purpose? What is the core thing that you want to share about your life and your experience with your guests? What do you want to create for your guests? For example, the kids are on the phone all the time, the couples aren't connecting anymore, everybody's too busy, and now they're going to come out to your ranch for a week or for a day or for 3 hours, and you just want to share what you know about families and friendship and life on the farm, and that's your purpose. Then that's an ideal place to start. It might be different for you, but think about that. And when we go into our one-on-one discussions, there's some information that we will need and we'll be asking as we go into strategy phase. Step number two is all about clarity, and it's about having a very clear picture of who your guest is. What is the avatar for your person coming to your ranch? And it gets me, and it gets every marketer every time. What is your guest, your target market? And very few people can answer that quickly, but it's so important. Saying you sell to everybody is a gateway to saying, well, we're going to get to the lowest price very quickly. If you have somebody specifically in mind that you're marketing to, you can keep your pricing up a little bit, and you can be very direct in your marketing and where you're campaigning, where your ads go. It's a very important piece, and it also gives you the control over the guest experience because you're bringing the right person for the experience that you are offering. So very, very key point. That's step number two. Now, step number three is going to be about creating the guest experience. More than just a trail ride, you want to build that out into a trail ride and a cocktail session afterwards, or a bartending class after the trail ride, or a hot dog roast, or something unique. Put that package together. Our carriage date night package I mentioned before. We've offered other packages that were very unique to the ranch, and I think with some creativity, you can come up with some very unique guest experiences, especially if you have an overnight option, a dinner or breakfast that ties in with their guest experience. So those are the kind of things we look at during strategy phase. Just getting that wow factor out there so that when the guest leaves, they get in their vehicle. I always think of this when my wife and I went for a walk at the ranch, and we came back when we were looking at taking it over, and we got back to the vehicle and we just sat down and we just like, that's really nice. And we had that moment where it was just pure joy, and there was some enjoyment in the walk that we had on the ranch that day. So creating that wow experience is going to resonate with your customers and your guests for long after they leave the property. The fourth step is really developing the brand story, your ranch, your background, what the ranch has been, what it is going to be, what your vision for it is, what the history of the ranch is. All of those things kind of play into it. And it's kind of about branding, but it's more about the story, just the whole feel that your guests are going to be stepping into. And that's important because when they get there, if they're an unguided ship, they'll do their own thing and they'll leave, and they won't quite remember the same way than if they're stepping into your world and they see the horses and the breeding program that you've got for your horses, for example, or your attention to detail on the culinary side, or the unique features in your guest building and your overnight cabins. Those are important pieces, and they add to that guest experience. They add to the memories that they're going away with, and they add to that story that you've designed, intentionally built, and given to your guests. The beauty of the guest ranch is that you can build out all kinds of experiences for your guests. And that includes events, different overnight stays, different packages, all kinds of different experiences that you can give to your guests and sell to them. And that's where the profitability piece comes in. Because rather than just going for a trail ride that you would charge maybe whatever price you would, I guess, for your trail ride, you can now enhance it with that cocktail mixing afterwards, and yet you can build that package out and it has a higher value because the guest has less involvement in the planning. They can show up, they go through the experience, the full experience, and it's got more value, and you get less pushback over time because what you've done is created something that was larger than life for them, something they wouldn't have planned on their own. I remember putting an ad out one time for a guest ranch kind of experience, and I got some pushback because they thought the price was too high. And my response was like, you're welcome to go ahead and do this on your own. You know, there's nothing stopping you. But when it's packaged and it's easy for people, that's got value. And don't be ashamed of it. And don't be afraid of putting prices where they need to be so that it's worth your time and it is a profitable aspect to your ranch and it brings value to your overall experience that you can do. If you look at what you would want to deliver first and what the guest experience would be at first, and then establish your pricing. Too often it's done the other way, where the price is the kind of guiding light. So we put the price front and center of the ad, and well, here's the things that you get for that. And it becomes a commodity rather than experience. And it's very slippery slope, because how cheap is cheap enough when you get into that clientele and that crowd and that battlefield. So keep that price at a point where you're proud of what you're offering, because that's important. So there you have it. There is step number 2, and that's the strategy portion. Our next step is about preparation and building out that business plan. Very important step. It's in our next video. Hope you'll join us, and don't forget to subscribe, like, all of that. We'd love to have you on board. I'd encourage you to go to our website and check it out, see if there's one of the packages that would be suitable for you. We would love to work with you. There's a consultation process that we go through, and we go through a couple of the first 2 steps here that we've just outlined, the assessment and building a strategy with you. And then we move into the 3rd step. So very important, get your foundation down. These are 2 critical steps. We want to build a lasting legacy of your ranch that's profitable and fun and not taxing and draining. A lot of guest ranch operators get in and they end up working more hours than they ever thought they would. That's not our goal for you. We want to make this a fun journey for you. Whatever phase of life you're in, this is going to be your legacy building, long-term revenue generating, profitable operation that you can bank on. That's our goal.